What's up, Internet? I'm cutting right to the chase. I had another audio issue, of course, back to back. In trying to overcorrect for the audio issues that I had the last time, I wasn't paying attention on the game audio. So on this episode, there's no actual game audio. That's a little easier to fix. I just threw the game soundtrack underneath. So there's no actual sound effects, but the game's soundtrack is all placed in there. Again, apologies because I'm doofus and trying to do this all myself. So thank you so much for watching, and here's episode 10. What's up, Internet? Welcome back to Strange Antiquities. Apologies in advance for that last episode. Well, I guess for you it's after the fact, but for me it's in advance. Yeah, this is actually now several days after I recorded that episode, trying to figure out what the hell to do with that. As I said, and I promised on that last episode's intro, I'm going to just go through everything that we learned / did in the last one. The biggest thing was that this this antiquity was actually not fully extended here. We did a little bit of a circle situation, and it turned into a key, which we unlocked this cabinet with, in which there were a couple of extra items that we haven't seen before. We identified a few of the items here. We identified this guy, which is the Ascus, which allows you to breathe underwater. We identified St. Cedric's Thunder. We identified... I have a note here. We've identified the... Where are you? Obviously, the key itself. There it is, the Ambra. And then the Bones Guard. These two we managed to identify. All right, cool. So we are on to day 12. The rider was lucky. He made it to Back Barrow and found refuge there and was nursed back to health. He would later discover his left eye was permanently blackened, like his partner's eyes had been. Some sort of sun sigil. Okay. Sun with the moon inside of it. To my left, the day. To my right, the night. Okay. To my left, the day. To my right, the night. Maybe it's the inscriptions on the graves? Let's see. To my left, the day. Yep, here we go. To my left the day, to my right the night. Here we go. Nice. I find, present tense, I find the row of 3 tombs in the upper levels of the catacombs. The cool darkness is strangely calming at times down here, and I sit for a while in quiet contemplation. When I rouse from my thoughts, I look down at my feet and find an item there. Had it been there all along? I never noticed it when I sat down. Ooh, the little bangles or something. All right, we're gonna throw... What? Ooh, it makes a sound when you move it. Okay, good to know. What is that symbol, too? It's the... Deception. Okay. Deception and sound. Good to know. That's Oh! I pet Jupiter 30 times. Didn't even know that was close. Okay, here we go. Going for next one. We got our mailman, David Schaefer. I've been hearing a worrying rumor about Verona Green. They're saying she drowned in the lake. I hope for all our sakes they're wrong. Yeah, that's what I had assumed based on all the information I've been given. According to family legend, an ancestor of mine hid an item of Thaumic significance in his burial chamber. It has never been found, but not for lack of trying. I was tempted to search for it myself until I learned that it was in the catacombs in a place known as the Hall of Shields. Perhaps it's better to leave it to those who know what they're doing. Regards, MBM. Okay. So, there's a place known as the Hall of Shields in the catacombs. Oh, yeah, look. Hall of Shields. As I descend further into the catacombs, a strange sensation comes over me. It's not fear, although fear is mixed in within it. With cold clarity, I know at once what it is. I've entered an area known as the Depths, a place where few have been and fewer have returned from. Not even Palians can clear the air here and render it safe to breathe. But there is a way. Slate miners inhale the vapors produced by a spirit called a wandering shroud. They say it invigorates their senses and stays the mind rot that would otherwise consume them. It would be dangerous to continue exploring down here without following their lead. Okay, so we'll get to that in a second. I'm just making sure that our audio is working. Okay, we are good. Let's keep on going. So, Wandering Shroud is not one of these. No. That we should find in the index of the book. All the way in the back. Okay. Shield Charm. Well, Shield Charm makes it seem like that's probably the right move, right? If it's in the shield room. Generic charms of protection have little to offer the skilled Thaumaturge, but can have some small effect. Such charms make the use of symbology. Maybe not that one then. Oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. Shield Charm. Let's do that. Let's go to Spirit Vault. Also known as a foetid chamber, is a receptacle used to store a wandering shroud. The interior is lined with a paste made from sulfur, hence the nickname. Okay, so it probably smells bad. They are not considered dangerous, and shrouds tend to be benign, but on occasion they do not take kindly to being restrained. A faint vibration of the receptacle can be felt when a shroud is held within. Okay. Slate miners inhale the vapors produced by a spirit called a wandering shroud. So we want to have one. So yeah, so this is what we're looking for. We're looking for a spirit vault. So it probably smells bad, and it has a vibration. And it has to be able to store something, so there's that. Okay, so it's been a couple days since I've actually played the game, so this organization might be throwing me off a little bit. This is blessings. So theoretically, nothing to remark. Hard but smooth. Okay. Okay, smell like rotten egg. That is definitely sulfur. Okay, so that's an option for sure. We're going to take that one aside. Makes a soft tinkling sound when it moves. Yeah, we knew that one. I think the sulfur is definitely the strongest thing we have. Sharp aroma. Anything else? There's really not a lot of options. I think the sulfur is really strong, unless this smells like something. Yeah, I feel like we don't... Let's open that article up again. A spirit vault is a receptacle used to store a wandering shroud. The interior is lined with a paste made from sulfur, hence the nickname. They're not considered dangerous, but on occasion they do not take kindly to being restrained. A faint vibration of the receptacle can be felt when a shroud is held within. So maybe this just doesn't have a shroud within it. And what did we call it? A spirit vault. Let's try it. Yep. Okay, cool. So we finally have this one. It's a spirit vault. Okay. Throw that one back. I try to breathe in the vapors from the wandering shroud, but to my horror, I realize that the spirit vault is empty. My vision starts to blur as the cloying air of the depths fills my lungs, and I stagger away in a daze. When at last I reach the surface, I take deep breaths of the fresh air, but my lungs ache for some time after. I need to be more careful. I've written to Barton Potter. He will know where to find a wandering shroud. Ooh, okay, so I gotta go back and do that. So yeah, that's not done yet. Barton Potter is our guy with the eye patch, right? Yes. Okay, so he's got to be able to tell us where to put one in there. Nancy Irwin. Oh, no. I've done something quite stupid. I went exploring in Heath Wood and came across a grave. It was overgrown with dark brambles, so I started to clear them and to get a better look at the inscription. I wasn't as careful as I should have been. The thorns were thick and menacing, and I scratched my arm on one of them. I've not felt well since. Please help me. Ooh, and we don't know which thing. Okay, so hold on. This is one of the things. Yeah, okay, so black heart. If the heart of the sufferer feels constricted as though it is clamped in a vice. The skin is pale and cold to the touch, and veins stand out darkly on the body. Eventually, death will occur. So we're trying to look for something that can cure or at least slow black heart. Lamb's siphon. Used to reverse the effects of the Blackheart curse. Great. A skilled hand is required to perform the procedure, drawing the curse from the body over the course of several hours. The instrument is made using the dried seed pod of a sheep snap plant. The instrument is made using the dried seed pod. Okay, so it's going to be kind of like this circular shape, right? What do we got that looks kind of like that? All of these are on standby, right? Everything is on deck. How about this side? Okay, this is done now. I want to put some of this stuff away and replace it with stuff that I don't know. Okay, all of that is now used. Okay, so yeah. Except for this one. That could go here. That's fine. All right. We are looking for a plant made from dried seed pods. The instrument is made using the dried seed pod of a sheep snap plant. That is metal for sure. Yeah. That is a tin. That's gold. It's wood. Hand carved. It smells strongly of linseed. The dried seed pod. I'm looking for sheep snap or seed just in case. No. Okay. Let's see. What else? This is gold. Wood. Wood feels like it might be the correct thing to look for. Oh, wait. This is it. It's some sort of green organic material. Sounds hollow and tapped. This is definitely going to be it. It's the seed encased in lamb siphon. Here it is. Yeah, that's for sure what it is. Okay. Nice. The spherical part of the plant, the item clearly resembles the seed pod of the sheep snap plant. Nice. The truth conduit. Ooh. Did I spell that right? S-Y-P-H-O-N? Yes. Still got it. Okay. We're kind of, we're doing well on our items here. Let's keep going. Ooh. A new person. Thaddeus White. You don't know me, but it's time I introduce myself. I'm the curator of the Museum of History here in Undermere. Eli and I have a complicated relationship. Don't all siblings, right? I don't tend to come by the shop much anymore, but I heard he had left town for a few days. I wanted to bring him this, but I knew he'd only turn me away without even looking at it. Okay, what are you bringing me? What the hell is this? Some candy corn looking thing? Okay. So, important man, Simone Green, Jupiter. Thank goodness you're safe. I was worried about you. I hope my mother is okay too. Right. Okay, so that confirms that. I've lost count of all the amount of gossip I've heard about her misdeeds over the years. The truth is, when she gets stuck into a mystery, she's been known to disappear for days at a time. In the meantime, I believe I found another clue in the journal. The text directly before this is largely illegible, but I was able to make a reference to a vault of some kind. Everybody's just giving me the information this time. 3 resonant objects. Lightest first, heaviest last. 3 resonant objects. Okay, let's take a look. I only have 2 so far. I have a resonance compass and a zephyrum, of which I don't think I have either. Well, I know what this one is. A resonance compass will point towards nearby resonant objects, the only objects that can be detected in this way. Resonant objects are highly prized, both by thaumaturges and those who collect occult curiosities. Well, the resonance compass has to be the actual compass, right? It's gotta be. Resonance compass. It's the only thing that's gonna fit this description. Nothing else has things that point. Interesting. So it's going to point to the nearest resonant object. Got it. So in that case, we can find the third one, the zephyrum. These resonant objects give off a faint odor that will be familiar to any thaumaturge. It's the scent of the storm, of ozone and power, the scent of magic. When these vapors are inhaled deeply, they can unlock deep wells of anger and channel them into a powerful maelstrom. This is the power of the west wind. Okay, so wind is maybe something we should be looking for, right? Let's take a look for wind. Is this almost like tree-looking symbol? I thought I have seen one of these have that symbol on it. Well, that has all of the weather symbols on it. This doesn't have any sort of... These resonant objects give off a faint odor that will be familiar to any thaumaturge. Paralysis was that one. That's hypnosis. Blessings. It takes great effort to tear my eyes away. Interesting. Gold, wood, green gemstone. Has a sharp aroma. So I guess I can use kind of like... Okay, so that's definitely pointing to this one as a resonant object. Look, it's spinning around that one. Oh. It's also spinning around the Elva stone. And the Ambra, okay. Interesting. Okay, so is it spinning around anyone else? And is the resonance compass itself resonant? It seems like we might only have 3 resonant objects at this point, which is good because then that means that restricts what our... Okay, so let's take the Elva stone and let's take the Ambra and let's just quickly weigh them against each other, and hopefully that unlocks some stuff for us. So, okay, so that's the heaviest for sure. Okay, Elva stone. Elva stone might be the lightest then. So it's Elva stone, then the Ambra, then whatever the bloodstone one is. Ooh, no. How about I flip them? Oh wait, yeah. If they're lower than each other, then that. Ooh. Oh, hello. Okay, so hold on. Oh, I skipped it. God damn it. Okay. Oh, I did it again. Okay, hold on. And I think what it's asking me to do, because it looks like there are 12 buttons around the side, is what time is it? So the time is... Why is that freaking out? Do I have to figure out kind of like what's the 6? Okay, so what are we at here? I'm gonna maybe have to write this down. So I have the time afterward. Actually, I can't tell which one's the seconds, but I basically have 9, 10, and 11. Okay. I'm just gonna keep... Yeah, so I think we might just have to figure out, like, what's the difference of time between every single one of these. So, as we said, that's 9, 10, 11. So if we call the hour hand the shortest one with the hole in it, that's 9. I think the minute hand is supposed to be the one with the one that completes that, basically, right? So that time would be 9, 11, and 10 seconds. Okay, next one would be 6 o'clock and 15 seconds. Next one would be 3:05 and 40 seconds. Okay, then we got... Okay, so the hour hand is moving back on the quarters. Minute hand is going... So now we're at 12:10 and 05. I don't know what the second hand is doing at this point. This is 9 again. 15 and 30 seconds. Okay, we have 6. Yeah, okay, so the pattern on the hour hand is 963 12 96. So that's looking good. I'm glad we're doing this. And then all the minute hand is going by 5 every time. So now we're at 620 and 55 seconds. Is it going? Okay, so now this one is 3, 25, and 20 seconds. Is it 35 seconds every time? I think it might actually be 35 seconds every time on the second hand. And then this one is 12, 30, and 45 seconds. 25 seconds? 25 seconds, not 35 seconds. 25 seconds? Okay, so this is now 9:35 and 10 seconds. This is 6:40 and 35 seconds. We're at 3:45 and 0 seconds, or 60 seconds. And this is the broken one. So the clock should be set to 12:50 and okay, so we're adding 25 seconds every time. So it should be 12:50 and 25 seconds. So the buttons should be set. Oh, I was right. 12. Well, because those are there. 12:50 and then what? How many seconds? It should be this one. No? 12:50 and 25 seconds. Oh no, wait, I have the wrong. It's this. And that one we just know. Oh, but that's good to know though. I have the flip. I know what that is. Okay. Well, this one is very obviously this, and this. Nice. Okay. A hidden sanctum. Open a vault. Ooh. That's in the key art. I don't know what it is, but I know it's in the key art. This almost looks like it could fit in the flower stuff too. All right. Well, that was cool. I'm glad we finally used that. Francesca. I got a fright when they brought the body of that poor drowned woman to me with those lifeless black eyes. I thought for sure it was Verona at first. She does look like her, but we're quite certain it's a lady from Hawkshead who went missing a few days ago. There's one thing I can't get out of my head though. Why would she try and swim across the lake? And in the meantime, Verona is still missing. I don't like to use thaumic needles as a rule, but the circumstances are beyond the rulebook. We need answers. Okay, we need a thaumic needle. Here we go. Thaumic needles are controversial items that are rarely used. They can reach into the mind of the recently deceased to give an impression of their thoughts before they died. That's like, what's that D&D move, Speak with the Dead? Curiously, the weight of these tall items decreases when heated. The weight of these tall items decrease when heated. Okay. So, let's put that here. I'm just going to move these for a second. Okay, so if it's at 2 pounds now, the weight decreases. Let's just take this one, for example. So that is weight decreases. So we're going to want something that's a little bit lighter to match it out. Oh, I can't do two at the same time. Weight decreases. So that should go up a little bit if this... So hold it by the fire for a second. No, that didn't really do it. Okay, how about this one? I'm assuming this is what I have to do. I didn't actually see what the that was dumb. I didn't see what the Thalmic needle too. They're tall items. This one is pretty tall. So that's just above a pound. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I just superheat it. Let's hold it there for a second. It's like not long. Curiously, the weight of these tall items decrease when heated. They can reach into the mind. So maybe there's some sort of mind symbol. Warm and smooth. Nothing to remark. It's possible. That's like definitively... Okay, so it's definitely lighter than 2 pounds. What if I just do the smallest? Will that be even more noticeable? Yeah. Okay, so it's... I wonder, can I... Yep, that's definitely it. Look at that. Look at that experimentation. That's sick. Okay, so this is going to be our Thaumic needle. Okay, and that's going to go right in there. It's a tall item. Using my weighing scales and a candle, I can confirm that its weight does indeed reduce when heated. Loam. Still going. This day feels like a pretty long day, which is good. I'm happy to get through it. The people are afraid, and they're right to be, but it's too late for them. They are of no use to us, but you might be. Prove yourself, and perhaps a Holgar will deem you worth saving. I require an object to steady my restless congregation and remind them why I am the one to lead us through this turbulent time. They respect strength and power above all else. Oh, here's my choice with this character. Copy that. Okay, so I actually don't know what that one is. I shouldn't. Okay. Put the weight back. All right, so Morgan's Folly or Fortinance. Oh, wrong one. Wrong pages. Fortinance. A Fortinance can enhance physical strength or restore strength that has been sapped, whether by exertion or by hex. They're usually made of stone or iron and usually take the form of a small totem. That's going to be tough to find. Or, what's the other one? Morgan's Folly. A folly symbol can be revealed to induce a trance-like state in anyone who casts their eye upon it, making them open to suggestibility. Precaution should be taken against unwittingly looking upon the hidden symbol for too long. A folly symbol can be revealed to induce a trance-like state in anyone who casts their eye upon it. Oh, it's probably the hypnosis one. Where is that one? Yeah, look at that. It's for sure this one. So this is Morgan's Folly. Okay. But if that's the case, is that the right one to do, or is it the other one? So the other one, that's paralysis. Would they say stone or iron, and usually take the form of a small totem? Small totem. And I've used everything here, so it's only... It would theoretically strengthen us. What is that? The other one, this is pale blue, right? What? Water? Turquoise. Yeah, I don't know if that's it. Small totem. They said stone or iron. And these ones we know. Stone or iron? Because that's tin. That's bronze. It's wood. Wood is all out. We think that's the resonant compass. It's gold at the top. It's not a very small totem, though. Oh, stone gold. Polished. It chills my blood to hold it. Is there anything about it being creepy? They usually take the form of a small totem. It's not this, though, because this is wood. And feels like it's the opposite of what we actually need. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know which one it would be out of the ones we have here, but maybe it is actually maybe the best idea to use Morgan's Folly. I could be wrong. It could be my folly, but let's try it. This pendant features a hidden symbol of hypnosis. Tormund's Bane. Okay, so that is Morgan's Folly. We got that one right. Let's move this over to our pendant section. Let's move this over here, actually. We're running out of room. Okay, closed. That is our day. I think we did okay. No mistakes today. I don't know about that decision, but we're gonna figure it out, kind of. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like and subscribe if you want to see future episodes, and we'll keep on trucking in the next one. See you then.